If you'll allow me, I'll take you to your ship.
But there's no wind.
Hold on.
Jane Fonda just shared her thoughts on Sydney Sweeney's Barbarella reboot for the first time. In case you missed it, Sydney Sweeney is working on a new adaptation of the cult classic sci-fi film. Right now, Sydney is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and with her packed 2024 movie schedule, she's been staying in the spotlight. So it's no surprise she's being tapped for a film that could kick off a huge new franchise. The original Barbarella was based on a 1960s erotic comic and became famous with Jane Fonda in the lead role. A remake has been in the works for a while now, but now it looks like things are moving full speed ahead. Here's what we know so far. Right now, there's no telling when the new Barbarella movie will actually make it to theaters. Sydney Sweeney first confirmed she'd be starring in it back in 2022, but the project has only recently started moving in Hollywood. Sydney's got a packed schedule too. Her next major role is a biopic about pro boxer Christy Martin. Then there's Euphoria Season 3, which is finally set to start filming in early 2025. If Barbarella is next on her list, which isn't guaranteed, it likely wouldn't start shooting until mid-2025 at the earliest. Factor in all the post-production time a big sci-fi blockbuster needs, and we're probably looking at a release no sooner than summer 2026. That's assuming the script is ready, which, according to the writer, there's at least an update on that front. Back in May 2024, Variety reported that Jane Goldman was in talks to write the new Barbarella movie, but Collider recently confirmed that Blake Northcott has officially signed on as the writer. That said, Sony still hasn't made an official announcement. With Northcott on board, it looks like the new Barbarella will stay true to its classic roots. Speaking to Nerdspin about her Barbarella comics, Northcott said that her goal was to make it sexy and make it fun. She said, "I took that as a mandate to bring it closer to the source material, which was the Jane Fonda movie, and of course the comics that the movie was based on. We wanted a retro-futurism vibe to everything, which was a hot aesthetic in the late 60s and 70s, and our incredible artist Anna Morozova really captured it. She's been such a treat to work with, and I couldn't imagine anyone else bringing this series to life." Northcott is also a big fan of Sydney Sweeney and has full confidence that she'll do justice to the iconic Barbarella role. Sydney Sweeney has every single quality required to bring Barbarella to life. She's comfortable in her sexuality, but she's also incredibly smart and has a sense of humor about herself. At this moment, she's the only choice I can see playing Barb. I don't know if the world was ready for a Barbarella adaptation a few years ago, but things are shifting, and I think a big part of that shift is Sydney herself. Sweeney's versatility makes her a great fit for the sci-fi genre, and she definitely has the range to pull off Barbarella's funky, futuristic vibe. She's already tackled a dystopian setting in The Handmaid's Tale and starred in movies like Immaculate, ZMD Zombies of Mass Destruction, and Giant Killer Ants. To bring Barbarella to life, she'll need to balance intuition, thoughtfulness, and resourcefulness, all while rocking some wild costumes and blending humor with action. It's the perfect role to take her rising stardom to the next level. As of now, Sweeney is the only confirmed cast member for the new Barbarella movie. Without knowing the plot, it's hard to guess who else might join the film since we don't even know which characters will be included in the script. That said, some key characters from the original French comic and the 1968 movie could make a comeback. Professor Ping, who helps Barbarella, Pygar the Blind Angel, and the villainous Black Queen all had major roles in the classic film. If this new version ends up being a remake rather than a fresh adaptation of the source material, there's a good chance we'll see them again. Edgar Wright is in talks to direct Barbarella for Sony Pictures, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Wright is best known for directing Last Night in Soho, Baby Driver, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. His next confirmed project is a new adaptation of The Running Man for Paramount, starring Glenn Powell. The new Barbarella movie will likely take inspiration from the original, or at least include some familiar elements. In the 1968 film, set in an unspecified future, space adventurer Barbarella is sent by Earth's president to track down Durand Durand in the Tau Ceti system. Durand is the creator of the positronic ray, a laser-powered weapon that could cause mass destruction. Barbarella crash lands on one of Tau Ceti's planets, where she's knocked out by two kids who take her to a wrecked spaceship. There, they tie her up and attack her with creepy mechanical dolls that have razor-sharp teeth. She's saved by Mark Hand, a catchman who patrols the ice searching for lost children. He tells her Durand is in the city of Sogo and offers to take her back to her ship on his ice boat. To thank him, Barbarella asks how she can repay him, and suggests sex, which confuses her since Earthlings now rely on pills to achieve full rapport instead of physical intimacy. He convinces her to try it the old-fashioned way, and while she enjoys it, she admits she understands why Earth has moved on from it. After leaving the planet, Barbarella crashes into a labyrinth where outcasts from Sogo have been exiled. There she meets Pygar, a blind angel who has lost his will to fly. He introduces her to Professor Ping, who offers to fix her ship. To help Pygar regain his spirit, Barbarella sleeps with him, and he then carries her to Sogo, a city filled with chaos and corruption. Once inside, they're captured by the Black Queen and her concierge. The concierge explains that Sogo is powered by the Mathmos, a living energy source that feeds on evil thoughts. Pygar is mock crucified, while Barbarella is trapped in a cage with hundreds of attacking birds. She's saved by Dildano, the underground resistance leader who agrees to help her find Durand. He also gives her an invisible key to the Queen's secret chamber of dreams. Durand locks Barbarella inside the chamber, where the Queen warns her that if two people are in there at once, the Mathmos will destroy them. Meanwhile, Dildano and his rebels attack Sogo, prompting the Queen to release the Mathmos. Instead of harming Barbarella, the Mathmos creates a protective bubble around her and the Queen, then expels them safely. Pygar swoops in, carrying them both to safety. When Barbarella asks why he saved the Queen, he simply replies, "An angel has no memory." That's how the original Barbarella story played out, but it could have been totally different since Jane Fonda had her own vision. She's also got a few ideas for the reboot. However, the moving on actress admitted, "I have a lot of ideas about what that could look like." When Fonda was pressed to share any of her ideas, she responded, "If Sydney asks, I'll let her know. I don't know her and I've never met her, but I think she's great," said the 87-year-old while praising Sydney. Fonda mentioned, "I'm sure she'll be a fantastic Barbarella." Her comments come 6 months after Sweeney told Variety she'd love to meet the original Barbarella. Fonda previously expressed concerns about the reboot, telling The Hollywood Reporter in 2023 that she worried about how it would turn out. She also shared that once she pitched her own vision for Barbarella, but original producer Dino De Laurentiis never considered it. She believes the film could have been a true feminist movie. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time.